Peace. Whoever that is out there, peace. Welcome. I normally would say something like, "This is Brother Fahim, and you're now tuned in to the Lead with Logic podcast." But this is not that, you guys. Believe it or not, this is something totally different. This is the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad's first episode. This is we're gonna be dealing with how to create content. If you are a content creator, if you are a person who likes the science of content and what it means to produce things that you can potentially monetize and maybe go viral, this is the place that you want to be. This is where you would it would behoove you to sit down and take a seat, relax a little bit. Yeah. We're gonna this is the first, but not the last. So y'all come on through and chill out for a few. Y'all gonna have a good time, man. We're gonna get into some good topics. We're going to let you guys learn a whole lot. My partner's gonna be here in one quick second. Like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. You on Facebook, welcome. So you can repost it. You can put it back out. And if you on X, definitely repost the link so that more people who are interested can come on in. And you might want to have a pen and a paper handy so that you can take some notes. Hopefully everybody's Sunday is going good. Nice, peaceful, positive, and productive. Yes, the sun is shining, and we're gonna get productive, man. We're gonna get busy. Make some of this potential energy kinetic. But if you're on YouTube, man, you're welcome to say something into the chat. Wherever you are, if you can get into the chat, that's cool. But I'm looking at it, I'm monitoring it before we get started. Y'all hold tight. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, man. I'm just waiting on my partner to come. Yeah, y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Check out what we got going on. This is like I got a handy dandy Lead with Logic shirt on. Hope y'all can see. A nice little shirt. It's a different style, right? It's thin leather, so yeah. We'll have Stream Team shirts here pretty soon. But for now, we're gonna rock with what we got, rock out with what we got, man. So yeah. Content creation. There she go. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's unfair, Jess.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good.
I
Great.
want
I have my
to
mic on. I'm using my mic this time.
you know what? I'm tripping. I do have that background, don't I?
Yeah, you should have the image.
Hold on. Let me
Share
before we.
someone. Okay.
Hey, I didn't even. You sent me the image, didn't you? You see, it's already 8 people in here, Jess.
What? On Twitter?
I'm not
Are you
sure how many
streaming
on
to
Twitter.
YouTube too?
YouTube,
Okay,
Facebook,
good,
and
great.
Twitter. Yep, all
Oh
the
my
I told the-
gosh. Oh
I
my
told the
god.
people right. I told the people that they could, you know, say something in the chat and I'll respond to them because we're getting set up. But I wanted to make sure that we were true to time, right? Because this is something that's very serious. It's something that's very professional.
Oh
And
yeah.
more people are coming. Look at that. More people are coming. More people are showing up. Beautiful people. We're so glad that you came. You could have been anywhere else in the world on this nice, fine Sunday, but you decided to come and hang out with the stream team. What a and look, see, Jess,
Stream team.
oh my God.
Trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out
I
the
am. I'm trying to who before we just bear with us, people. I'm trying to get my image back there so that we can both be in unison.
I'm gonna take my headphones out actually,
Okay.
and let it play through the speaker because I'm going to also play in the Twitter space.
Okay.
So I want other people to be able to hear us.
You I'm gonna do the white background because I have black on, right? So
And that's why I did the black one because I have white on.
now let me see. Only thing I need. Hold on. How do I do this? How do I do this?
All right.
You
Hello. We are on live. We're on live. And
and
we're
we
also
are.
in the Twitter space. So, yes, I'm excited.
We are.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun. This is
It
so much
is. It is. Now I'm tripping because now I want to change the whole background, right? Because that's a lead with logic. I don't want to confuse the people.
Oh, I
See
see
what I'm
what you're
saying?
saying. Mm-hmm.
See, this
Mm-hmm.
is this is throwing people off because they're seeing this, and I have my lead shirt on. They're like, "Oh, it's a lead bill."
The
No, it's not a.
lead.
It's not a
Hey,
lead bill.
Kevin.
It's
Oh,
not a
Kevin left.
lead
He's
bill.
gone.
But you know what? It's cool. This is the first one. Going
Yeah,
forward, though,
we're testing
um,
things.
yes, we are still testing, getting things together, and so going forward, this will look a lot different. This will look a whole lot different. And we'll be in more unison and at least a visual, right? Because I think we're gonna be super in sync today.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yes,
We're,
so would you like to introduce the stream I'm always you want to introduce the stream team, Jess? Are
sure.
you
Okay. Let's do this. So hold on. I want to save this real quick. Okay, so hello. My name is Jessica Tapia, and the stream team. This is lead. And together we are Stream Team, the virtual hustle squad. So the main thing about Stream Team is teaching people how to take their passion and turn it into purposeful and profitable content. Right?
say that, say that, say that, say
He,
that.
he came up with
Say
that. He's the master wordsmith, bro. He's master. Um, but the stream team is to teach you how to take your long form content, your video content, and your audio content and turn it into content that's monetizable, repurpose it. That way you don't have to work as hard and you can bring in multiple streams of income based off of just a few pieces of content that you've already created. This is a exclusive kind of community. We have a way for you to enter into the Discord. We also have a community here on X. You can request to be a part of the community, and we'll vet you first and then check you in. But in order to get to the Discord, you have to sign up for the email. That way we can send you the link. And we trust that you're not going to send the link to anyone else. All right. We really want this to be for the content creators who are serious about their audio and their visual content. So please, 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 let's keep the link to ourselves. We're sending it to you so that you can join and be a part of this community. We do have a free general community, and then we also have a paid membership, which allows you to have your own channel in the Discord so that you're able to share your content with our community. And then, yeah, like being able to be a part of the workshops and exclusive things like that. So that is the stream team. Is there anything you want to add?
I think you just about covered it there, Miss
Okay,
Taffy.
I'm just trying to make sure.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was at one point. It was okay. It was Vicious Hustle Squad, and I was like, I don't know if I won't, because I looked up the definition of vicious. Thank you, Lee, for encouraging my research skills. I looked up what, I know that vicious is supposed to be like unrelentless, like we're not gonna let anything stop us or get in our way for our passion and what we want to do. But then I was like, then I turned it to virtuous, because virtuous, it was aligning morally. But then Lead said virtual, and it made sense. It made sense. We're online. We're digital creators, digital nomads. We're people that are putting ourselves and our content, our hearts out here on this digital landscape. And we're hustling. I have a poster that says always hustling. And for me, hustling doesn't mean engaging in grimy or underhanded type of endeavors. Hustling means that you have grit, you have determination, you have passion, like you are ready to go out and get what you want. And but you're still going to have the morals and the values and the ethics behind doing it righteously. So anyway, and we're a squad of people, team was cool, but squad,
it has a different swag to it. It has a different twang to it.
Yeah.
I agree, Jess. You couldn't have said it better, Jess. I'm just honored to be here with you, man. I'm honored that we can do this work and this endeavor together. I think it's super dope, and it's something that the people are going to thoroughly enjoy. And if you are a content creator, which if you're not, you might want to consider it, because it's billions in the content creation space that they're giving away. Man, so many different apps. I told you I'm on Fanbase, Jess, and it's a medium that I've been testing out, feeling people out, just trying to see what the income and revenue potentials are, and it's huge on that, Jess. It's very huge. It's a little bit more immediate than X, right? With the payment and how it's structured, but it's ripe for content creators. And it's a place I think we can go and really capitalize on. Yeah. So my experiments and my testing over there has it's been pretty interesting to say the least.
Okay.
It's been pretty interesting to say the least. But yes. But our first bill, look, and more people are coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I like it. That tells us that y'all are serious. That tells us that y'all are interested in this content. Thank you so much, because we have so much packed in for you guys today. So just if I can, since you introduced us, I'll
do it.
So what we'll be doing monthly is we'll be bringing every Wednesday, we'll be bringing you guys, it'll be myself or Jess's. We'll alternate the Wednesdays, and we'll deal with a different theme, right? So each month is a different theme of content creation, how to go about ideation, how to go about creation, how to go about rebranding, repurposing, and researching. And there'll be something related to that will help you and inform your content creation. So this month, the month that we're launching, June, right? This month's theme is self-awareness. Self-awareness is huge. It's one of those things that's in the universe that's interconnected. I've been saying that a lot lately, Jess. A bunch of universal interconnectedness, right?
Right.
Self-awareness is a universal interconnectedness concept, because everything in the universe is connected some way, somehow, only if we know how to spot and identify the connection. So with content creation, and this was I have to give it to my lovely partner Jess right here. She came up with the theme of self-awareness for June. And so we wanted to kind of go over a couple of things that we're going that can help you on that content creation journey. So the things that we're going to go over today is going to be strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses, right? That's all a part of self-awareness. What do you want to talk about, right? What is it that you're passionate about? And then what content format do you prefer? And then lastly, what resources do you have? It was one more, wasn't it, Jess? It was what resources do you have? And then one more was after that. I think you have
What
one more.
platforms do you want to create on?
What platforms do you want to create on? So yeah,
Right.
we're going to be going over those things. So I would suggest, if you are here and you're listening, and I see 41 of you guys, thank you so much. Like and subscribe,
Wow, thank
repost
you.
the space. Yeah, people are
Yes,
coming in.
please.
They are interested. They are interested. And so we're going to be going over those things. So you might want to take out a pen and your pad and take a few notes, because this is going to be super beneficial and
Oh
super
yeah.
insightful.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think I'm going to start it. So strengths, right? What strengths do you need to consider when you're going into content creation, right? What do you want to think about just at a base level, right? So, you want to ask yourself, hey, what am I good at? What do I excel at? And how do I excel? How does it inform my excelling? So the first strength is, are you a communicator, right? Do you communicate well? And if you're a communicator, something that you might take into consideration is storytelling, right? Communicating a story, using that interconnectedness of a story to express or articulate your point, right? We see this in a lot of places that we go, generally and typically, right? When you go to like when you go to church or you go to the mosque or wherever it is that you spiritually or religiously go and convene, the minister, the imam, the leader always articulates a point through a story, right? Noah and the ark, Moses and the Ten Commandments, right?
Right.
Adam and Eve. That's a story that has a greater lesson attached to it. So, as a communicator, you say, can I use a story? A story might benefit me. That's one point as a strength, as a communicator. Next, are you a poet, right? Are you a wordsmith, right? Do you use metaphors, similes, analogies? Do you utilize these things to help you emphasize what your point is? These are all things that people will connect with, right? If it's one of you, then it means it's 1 billion of you out there. It's just you just have to find them. And so, yeah, are you a poet as a communicator? Or are you a teacher? Is this something lesson based, right? Do you have a lesson that you planned out? Have you done research? That's me.
Yeah.
I like to think I fit into all three of those, but definitely a teacher. But the research as a teacher, the research can inform all of these strengths, but teaching brings it out the best, right? When you do that research, it is always, always, always super beneficial, super impactful when you're going forward with your lesson. So that's
Right.
just some things to think about, right? On the communicator side. Now there's more, right? So now, are you a visual artist, right? Do you use the visuals? Do you use the animation, or do you utilize clips? Now, with the visuals, we're talking about like a standalone pic that simply has a message, and that pic might say like uh Femway, fearless. It might be a picture of a female standing in her strength, right? Standing
Right.
in her purpose, and then uh, teaching females to be fearless. That is a visual clip, right? That stands alone, yet it's so powerful and impactful with a message that it reaches to the audience. That's a piece of content creation, guys. Animation, children like this. I like it every now and again too. Jess, what about you? Like, don't
I
you
love
like?
it. I love
Yeah,
animation. I
right. Like
love
I find
animation.
myself, me and the missus find ourselves watching a whole bunch of Disney with the kids. But
Oh
on
yeah.
YouTube, I've noticed that a lot of creators have been using like animation, and it's like the same type of animation. It's like these stick
Right.
figures, but they're
Yeah.
really kind of, you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah, they're
forget
like
the
these
name of it.
2D kind of like side scrolling animation.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's crazy, right? but it nonetheless conveys that point. Animated film that conveys your message. You can do that, and that's really dope when you're trying to diversify your audience, because you have a dad like myself who will find interest in it. You got a mom like Jess who will find interest. Then you have children, right, will see that animation and attach it and say, "Oh wow," and they don't even realize they're learning something. So the animation, and then you utilize clips to speak your message, right? Excuse me, y'all. Utilize those clips to convey your message. Clips online, we all do this. You might see a clip in a lot of videos. You see this, right, Jess? Content creators will have stuff like it's a guy that I watch, and it's the same thing. He always use a clip of a few good. No, it's a few good. Is it what's the movie with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise? You can't handle the truth.
I don't know what movie that is.
I'm dating myself, but
I don't know
nonetheless,
why he asked me these things, because I have no
I
clue.
always forget. It's your maturity, man. I always forget that you considerably younger than me. But
It's so
nonetheless, they use these clips, right? Or you've seen the Kevin Hart clips. Everybody,
right, right.
everybody's seen the Kevin Hart clips. These clips are instrumental in conveying a message, and they are standalone clips, and they're really low energy, right? Because all you have to do is remember the clip in your mind, remember what impacted you, and then you can add that. So as a visual artist, you have the standalone pic, the visual, you have the animation or the animated film, and then you have that clip
Right.
that's already pretty much pre-made. Now, the last thing with the strengths is, are you an auditory wizard, right? Are you a wizard? Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
you're an auditory wizard, right? And this is the
Yes,
senses, right? See, hear, you know what I'm saying? And speak, right? It's all the
right,
senses. It's real organic. Content creation is nothing magical. It's really scientifical, and it's all organic in what you have already.
right,
So auditory wizard speaking, right? So you could do an audio blog, right? That's a piece of information that leads to a bigger blog, right? A audio blog, it can lead into something a whole lot bigger, right? A podcast, a podcast, a podcast, a podcast is excellent, right, for speaking, and it doesn't have to be visual. I know a lot of people, right, and absolutely stream
sorry,
team.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of people just are nervous about speaking in front of. This is a bit much for people sometimes to
right,
get in front of a camera, to convey a message, to speak publicly. People can be very, very apprehensive about that. So it's okay. There's a lane for you too. You don't have to be seen on camera. You can
right,
utilize different apps. You can even utilize YouTube and just turn the camera off and speak into the mic until you've gotten enough courage and confidence that you can come behind the camera and convey that same message. So a podcast is great for that, right? If you're speaking, and then a recording, which is like a snippet of content that articulates the same message. It's like a different from an audio blog, because an audio blog is somewhat structured, right? Somewhat
right.
detailed, and it flows chronologically. A recording doesn't have to have any organization or structure. I do a recording every day, and I'm late on it. I actually got to do it today, but I do a
I was gonna
recording.
mention it. Yeah,
Calming sense. That is my recording. That's the part of Lead with Logic that deals with the recording. So you're not seeing me, but you'll hear my voice. And not only will you hear my voice, there's a message behind it every single day that you can revert back to, you can listen to, and it can help you throughout your day. So, again, those are some of the strengths that I came up with, communicator, visual artist, and being that auditory wizard. And Miss Tapia here, I think she wanted to speak to you guys about the weaknesses. So go ahead, Jess, take it away.
right. Okay, so um, the main thing is we all have a skill, a talent that we can lean into, and that's the strength that he's talking about. The self-awareness comes from accepting that strength, but also having a moment of honesty and seeing where you are not the strongest at, where you have some room to grow and develop. So I used to say that uh when I was on Instagram, I used to do a lot of lives. I never thought about writing. I never thought about doing a Twitter space or being a confident speaker. Thanks, Tim Brown. I never
Absolutely.
thought about those skills, and I saw them as weaknesses. I was very comfortable going live on Instagram. But when I went to TikTok, right, and I started focusing more on my captions, I came here to Twitter and I was doing a lot of when Review was a thing, which was a built-in newsletter for Twitter, which I wish they would bring back. But anyway, um, I started writing and I started to like really love putting my thoughts down in this piece of long form content. Hey, Vladimir. And I just want y'all to look at how can I see where I'm uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that means that you have some type of self doubt, like you're unsure, you're uncertain if this is where you need to be at or what you should be doing. So um if you're heavy on the visuals, like he said, maybe you're spending a lot of time on video, but you're seeing that podcasting is a place where you could reach another audience. Take time practicing, go to the Tim Brown confident speaking spaces. Hey, Ben, take time going and learning from others, listening to others that are doing what you want to do. Start with your Twitter spaces. Just having a log of the attempts, the different steps that you can take in order to become confident and comfortable with things that you feel like might be your weakness, right? So just take time understanding where you can become better and how. There are a lot of free courses that you can take at HubSpot Academy that will teach you about graphics, Udemy, what else? Skillshare. There are a few different platforms that will allow you to learn how to create content in your visual, audio, and in this way, so that you can be a confident speaker, so that you can be confident on camera. Yeah, I think that's what I have to share about your weaknesses. Always be willing to look for other people to support you during your phase of growth. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, just I was trying to share this out on the
Okay, good.
they're always they're always they're always trying to get me to share things or what's going uh uh on fan base, what we have, because they're
Oh,
interested.
got
And
you.
so,
Well,
I'm
while you're doing that, I'll
yeah,
speak
go ahead.
on strengths real quick,
Go
because
ahead, go ahead.
I love the way that you structured it, as far as coming from the communicator, the visual, and then audio.
Hmm.
We are focusing very strongly on Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, because these are large platforms that focus on live stream video, social audio, and there are ways for you to take this and really lean into being a thought leader in your industry.
That's right.
You as creators, we have to lean into what we can provide to our audience. How are we going to show up as our best selves? Because even though we have these weaknesses, even though we have things that we're not the best at, when we are honest about the development, the phase that we're in, where we're saying, okay, I may not be strong at speaking or writing, but I'm going to join groups where I can learn from others who are, I see you hardworking. Okay, Miss Mastermind. I like that red lip, girl. Um, where are you going to put your energy into? And know that it is allow it to be a slow process. Allow yourself to gradually grow. Do not rush your process. Don't think that it has to be done in a month or 3 months. Allow yourself time to really um, self-evaluate and put those mile markers or those milestones, and then celebrate when you come into a new phase of understanding, where you're like, oh, I feel very comfortable writing now. I've mastered tweets, I've mastered threads, now I'm going on to blogs and articles. And then you'll be confident and comfortable enough to even do a guest blog where you're writing with someone else, where you're going into LinkedIn and you're contributing to a article with other people who are, thought leaders or comfortable sharing as well on a subject. So let it progress slowly. Don't rush yourself.
Absolutely. I'm back to regularly scheduled programming. Uh,
Good.
and
Okay.
we
We're here.
and we see y'all in the chat. Let's do some shout outs real
Yeah.
quick,
Thank
because
you.
this is a dynamic conversation. So I'm gonna just start at the top, right? And just maybe if we take another pause, if we get more people chatting, then you can go over them, right? You can read them because we're a team. So
Okay.
Lilo, what's going on, Lilo?
That's Lilu.
Lilu. I said Lilo. I don't have my glasses on. No, Lilu. Como ça va, Lilu? What's going on? That's the French sister. That voice of hers
Yeah.
is so nice, so calming.
She a real one.
Dro, what's going on, man? What's happening, man? Salute, God. Yes, the decor is cool. I know, isn't it, Lilu? I got to get on board. The next time y'all see us, it won't be the lead background. It'll be STVHS background, and we'll both have it so that we're in unison. Vlad, what's going on, man? I see you. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, I said we appreciate you guys. Mastermind, I see you. I'm trying to work hard. I'm trying to. I agree. Self-awareness is number one for sure. Megs, what's happening, Megs? I love that you said to celebrate. Yes, celebrate the small wins. The small wins equal to the huge, grand battles that you can celebrate. Right? We are stuck in the go, go, go that we forget to be like, yes, I did that for sure, for sure. Ben, are there any frameworks you're using to keep track of your knowledge? We're gonna get into that. We're gonna speak on.
That's a fantastic question.
It is. It is.
That is a great question.
It sure is, and we're gonna get right on into it. But we're gonna keep it with regularly scheduled programming. So you went over you went over the weaknesses. I talked about strengths a little bit. I talked about weaknesses. The next topic we're gonna talk about is when you're creating content is exactly what is it that you want to talk about, right? You kind of have to figure out what you would like to talk about. And so here's some things about that. Here's a couple of points that I want you guys to write down, right? Y'all ready?
Yes.
So when you think about something to talk about, think about the word passion, right? Passion. And not the erotic type passion, not that type of passion. The passion that informs what would you or could you do for free. If you had Warren Buffett's money, Jeff Bezos' money it wasn't even a thing. You don't even know what bills, all those responsibilities disappear. What would you do? What makes your life worth living? Well, guess what, you guys? You don't have to have all that money. We would like to have it, but you don't need it to have passion, and you certainly don't need it to create content to figure out what you want to talk about. You just have to figure out, hey, what is this that I'm passionate about? What would I do for free every day of my life if money were not an issue? What do I love? What am I compelled? What am I drawn to do? Passion. That's going to help you find what you want to talk about. Have an inquisitive spirit, right? What do I have an inquisitive spirit about? What are you intriguingly curious about to the point that you'll follow through with researching the topic thoroughly? It might be fearless females making money online. It might be leading with logic, right? It might be learning how to think critically and rationalize so that you can
Right.
enhance your life, right? But what are you inquisitive? What do you want to know about? It might be land foreclosure. It might be tiny homes.
Ooh.
Whatever it is, that can inform what you want to talk about, what your content will revolve around. Y'all see that? So The next thing, and I think my partner liked this one because she does it, but I don't think she could really articulate it. And she was like, "That's it,
That's it.
the irritation, right? What irritates you? What topic or subjects pricks your interest in an irritating way? Meaning, what does not sit quite right with you so much that it moves you to do research so that you can discover more about it. We all do that. We just don't know to structure it so that we can articulate it and organize it and present it, right? When I was in grad school, one of the things that pricked my irritation was this whole idea of reparations, right? And I wasn't irritated at the thought of getting them. I was irritated at the thought of we keep on going over this. We keep on mentioning this, but we're not getting anywhere. We're like on a hamster wheel.
Right.
Why though? Why is it? So it made me obsess and go into it. It made me look things up. Okay, hey, what can I find out about this? What are they saying? What's the history of this? We all have something like that irritates us in a way that we heard in conversation, that we heard in a space, that we heard at the barbecue, that we heard at the barbershop, the beauty salon. Everything is content, a wise Jess once told me. And
Yep.
so you're just utilizing, right? You are utilizing and hone it in. What irritates you to the point where you have to discover it and you have to go out there and research it. So just, recapping, as far as what do you talk about? What do you want to talk about? You look at that passion. That's the first thing, right? What would you do without any money? What do you love? What would be a labor of love? And being inquisitive. What makes you intriguingly curious? What do you want to find out about? So much to the degree that you'll follow through with it. And then what irritates you to the point where you want to discover it more? You want to research it so that you can figure out a cure, a curve. I think the young people just they say swerve, right? You can if I'm
I,
using it in
hey,
context, I don't
look,
know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you what what irritates you to the point where you have to curve that irritation because that will
Right.
help you figure out what you want to talk about. So yeah, that's what I have. Go ahead, just take it away.
Well, I just want to touch on that a little bit. For me, it is content creation. I'm passionate about content. I'm passionate about helping people save time. But I'm also very passionate about helping women step outside of the, oh, I'm not sure about this. Oh, I don't know if this is what I should be doing. Or, I have all these other things. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I was like, I'm still a stay-at-home mom, but when I transitioned from working to being stay-at-home full-time with my two youngest, or my two oldest, I felt like I lost myself. I didn't know what was going on. And I became like depressed, right? But I hear this a lot from other women. They have a passion to do this thing, but they're so unsure. They're so insecure about, I don't know if I can get started, or some of them are in their 40s and they feel like they're too old or whatever. And I'm like, y'all, I can't wait till I get 40. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to life start. Life start. I'm just saying. I have a whole plan. But anyway, really just lean into it. Just talk about those things. I like he said, there are, if it's one of you, there's a billion more people that are into the same thing that you are talking about. Your passion. There are so many people that want to hear what you have to share, especially your story. We are a nosy group of people. Okay.
Right.
Everyone wants to know what you're doing.
Right.
Everything is content, and you can always link it back to your passion.
Right.
So he talked about the topics. Now I'm going to talk about the content types, and we kind of spoke on that with the skills, with your strengths, because when you have the talent or the innate ability to speak or to create graphics or to be comfortable on video, then you're naturally going to lean into those content types, which is the social audio that we're talking about here on Twitter and LinkedIn. Instagram, you can go on Instagram Live and turn the camera off. And that is literally a Twitter space. It is the same thing, right? TikTok has video lives. They don't save, but you can host it the same way that we do Twitter spaces. And I put that out a while ago, that if you understand the platform, you know how to work the formats and the content types. So there's the audio, the written, the video, and the graphics. Always start with what is most comfortable with you. And
For sure.
then, like we said, wherever the weaknesses are, wherever you want to get better at, then start to spend more time working on that. And you could have Dallas, David, and Emma. They are working together as a writers group, and they're putting out content about AI and how that will help establish your newsletter and things of that nature. Find some other people who are going through the same thing, y'all. I mean, community is, I can't get, Christelle talks about community all the time,
For
but
sure.
it really is so important to have a support system. Regardless if, everybody has the same skills or different skills, it's the fact that you have people who are on the same journey as you, wanting to accomplish similar goals, having similar struggles, where you're able to lean on each other and say, hey, can you support me in this? Can you show up for my Twitter space? Even if you don't speak, can you just come on the stage and sit with
That's
me?
right.
Whatever, right?
That's
So think about what content you are comfortable creating, and then think about the next piece of content, the format that you want to dabble in. So when you're on TikTok, it's video. When you're on LinkedIn, you are doing similar things you're doing on Twitter, which is your long form written, but they also have the audio spaces and the lives. The lives save on LinkedIn. The audio rooms do not. Just so y'all know, the audio events will not save, but it's great because you're able to use that as a lead, have people connect with you in different ways. So think about that. What content types are you comfortable creating? And what content types do you feel like you're struggling to come up with ideas, or maybe you're not comfortable with the tools that you have to use, like Canva? There are a lot of people who want to create graphics, but they are just like, oh, I don't know if I should don't use Adobe. Don't use Adobe. No, some information came out that they're doing like so I'm gonna share it. I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm gonna share what I have learned. And they are licensing your work. Like, you have to agree to this in order to continue to use their software. So beware of Adobe. But anyway, spend time working in these different, because there's so many different platforms that you can use to create graphics. Canva is my number one go-to. And
Canva's the bomb.
yeah, Canva is dope. It is so good.
I love Canva.
Yeah, so those are the formats: the written, audio, and visual and graphics. So if you have any questions about that, make sure that you put them in the chat so we can answer them later on. Thank you.
But before I get started, Jess, you want to we got 101 people in here. Listen, thank you guys. We appreciate y'all. Yep, we got 101 people.
Wow.
We appreciate you guys. Welcome. If you, wherever you are, share the link. I think I shared the link over on Fanbase. That's how Mastermind and Joyce, they all came. On X, I know it's probably, I see Vlad and Lilo on YouTube. I'm on Facebook as well. But you guys just repost, because like I say, this is useful information. This is news you can use. So we want to make sure that people are making the I always love that stuff, man. Hey, Jess, that'd be my response when I hear that news you can use. I'll be like, wow.
Oh my gosh. That's like, good. That's a good
it is. That's what I when I heard it, I laughed. I was like, I got to use that. But yeah, you want to go ahead, Jess, and read some of these
Sure. We have Ms. Mastermind and ARN and Joyce all saying hello to each other. We love that. I'm going to say this. I love when there's interaction in the chat between individuals, right? Like it doesn't have to be solely on what we're talking about. I'm glad that y'all are interacting with each other. Meg says, I love Canva. Meg's is graphic. That girl, that woman right there, she knows. Do you think that visual, audio, and graphic need to all be related and intertwined together when streaming? Should one stand out more than the other? That is a fantastic question. That is a fantastic question. Do you want to answer it or?
You know what? You can. I'll let you. If you want.
Okay, yeah. So it all depends on your schedule. It all depends on your content marketing strategy. So for myself, I'll use my example. When I have my Twitter Spaces, my content is focused on the topic that I'm going to be talking about in that Twitter space. Some things may be super intertwined or parallel to that topic. So I may create graphics that will promote the space, but then my long form written content on Twitter is going to give more information. So that's why when I ran my hottest spaces on Twitter 6-day course, I provided a chat bot that I created, which will generate your your polls, your tweets, your threads, your blog, and your follow-up newsletter. So it provides all of this long form written content for post and pre-production of your Twitter space. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying, man. I was trying to do it. That's me not doing what I'm supposed to do pre this. But I figured I would. Hey, man, I have to. This is not a Lead with Logic production, right?
I love
this is a Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad. You know, I'm trying to do it together. Go ahead.
But definitely they need to be related. I'm not saying everything that you post has to be about the same topic, but it helps drive the point home because there are people in your audience that may retain information differently, receive the information differently. That's why when you are creating your spaces, which is audio, you might want to have a visual to go along with it to help further explain the points that you're bringing up. Or you can have the written content that will back up your visuals and your audio content. So I definitely think so. Is she laughing at me? Oh my gosh. Miss Mastermind. I know. I said tweets.
Yes, he said, I love the collab. This is my business partner, y'all. This is Jess Tapia, the marketing mama, the beautiful, bodacious babe.
Oh my God. I love Lead. I'm so happy that Lead is with me on this because when I tell y'all that Lead has helped me so much, and I will say this until the end, and even after the end, forever, that he has changed the way that I produce my content. Really, like when I didn't do a lot of research. Like I went based off of I read reports from Metricool and HubSpot and some of these other, bigger platforms that share these reports about social media and digital marketing. But I've gone into different articles. I've gone into Entrepreneur and Forbes. I've started utilizing my Apple News, and I'm really collecting different resources that I'm able to share with my community, right? That gives not just information that provides like support for what I'm saying, but also provides information on the contradictory points. Like someone may not agree with me, right?
That's right.
Bob had a space earlier talking about is showing up the key to success as a content creator. Megs was there. I started thinking about it. I was like, I believe that showing up, is a key to your success. But at the same time, you have to first prep your mind, your mental state, and your mindset to even show up to get there, right? And you want to be able to provide these different viewpoints of the conversation because you don't want it to be one-sided. And that's
For
what Lee has done for me. Like I never approached content creation in this way. So now I feel more confident when I bring out, and in with the Fearless Films podcast, I bring out scripture. I love having scripture. I love bringing out scripture. So, yeah, definitely. You have changed the way that I create content, man.
Hey, listen, I'm glad that I can it warms my heart. That one that one person. Oh, it really does. I'm joking. But no, I really appreciate that that you know that you can be impacted because really I just want to help people. And absolutely we have our strengths and weaknesses and we blend very well. I'm always telling people, right? Different elements in the universe mesh and blend differently together. And just so happens that we are two elements that complement each other,
Right.
right? Her strengths might be my weaknesses, and my weaknesses might be her strengths, and vice versa. My strengths, So she's also helped me with the business side, being more structured, being more organized, being more intentional about things about the business of content creation. That is all Miss Tapia over there. She is when you go to her spaces, she's the marketing mama, and she really does that at a very, very elite and high level. So I'm thankful.
Thank you.
This is not a one-sided collaboration or one-sided partnership. This is totally dope synergy. So yeah.
I
So
love it. Thank
no,
you.
it's the truth. It's the truth. And so yes. So we went over. You just spoke about what was that? What what were you
What
speaking about?
content formats do you prefer? So always think about that, right? That's the self-awareness. You have to do the self-work first. You have
Hmm.
to understand where you are, where you want to go, what are you comfortable doing, what are
Hmm.
you struggling to do? Like, don't put yourself, I've seen so many times, and I've done it, where we force ourselves to do something because we think we have to do it, right? I went on a TikTok and forced myself to make these short form pieces of video content. I
Hmm.
enjoyed it for a small period of time, a short period of time, but I was forcing myself to do it. I didn't want to do that. And I'm so burnt out on Instagram. I can't even touch Instagram. I can teach people Instagram,
Hmm.
but I can't even touch it. I just, it's not my forte anymore. It's not my thing. So
Yeah, Instagram is they all like you say, Jess, they all have different utilizations.
yeah,
They all have great potential, but I look at them the same way you look at them. They have different uh what do you call it? Target audiences, they have different usages. So it's just
different
what you
culture.
call it. Yeah, different. Oh, for sure, different cultures. For
Yeah.
sure, different cultures. For sure. So, but yeah, so piggybacking, oh, not piggybacking, veggie backing, right? For those of you
Right,
guys who don't eat
right.
pork. I don't want to get
No pork on our fork over here, okay,
no
baby?
swine on these lips of mine because I'm so divine. Hey,
You are a fool,
that's
bro.
what Martin said. Hey, I love when he said that.
Oh
These
my
lips of
gosh.
mine do not touch swine because I'm so divine.
Hey,
Absolutely.
that's true. Okay.
Hey, yeah, I am. But nonetheless, the next thing we wanted to
She said I
go
gotta
into,
taste some pork now.
you got to support. What
Oh,
resources do we have? That's the next topic, right? What resources do we have? So when we think about resources, what are those things that we organically have, right? And sometimes, what are those things that we've accrued, right? Some of
right,
us have resources in financial means, right? But let's just take it like you are a person who does not have the most money, right? Obviously, you're trying to monetize this content. So we're going to pretend that you don't have the billions that we know you guys have.
right,
So, what resources would you consider? So, first would be time, right? That's a huge resource. And when you think about time, you can break it down like this: scheduling, right? Pick a day and a time and just stick with it. Just mention in the room with Bob, does showing up, you know what I mean, have anything to do with being successful? This is a great segue into the second one because the second one is consistency, showing up consistently. That's all related, right? When you pick a schedule, consistently stay with that schedule because I've heard the argument now. Just I was in a room last night on Fanbase, and it was a very insightful room. People were talking about how not having a time is a time, right? Because you know, after a while, people will your demand will be so high, Jess, right? So that they'll always be on high alert, looking for you to come through. I understand that logic, but I like it to be a little bit more scientific, right? I like it. I like for you to know when you go to the mall, when you go to the grocery store, it is always a convenience and a relief when you know exactly where you're going to, what aisle, how
Right.
much it's going to cost.
Exactly.
You're more in tune. You're more prone to buy whatever it is. You're more prone to give what you have, right? I
Right.
mean, everybody does pop. There are pop up shops with different brands, and people absolutely are trying to, hustle and bustle and figure out where the pop up shop is. But there's a level of convenience and comfort in knowing that, hey, this is when Jess comes on. She's
Exactly.
consistent. I know I'm going there. Such as the same again, going back to those religious things. You know to go to church on Sunday. You know it's the mosque on Friday. You know how to formulate what's going to happen, and you can even know what to expect, right?
Right.
So scheduling the day or time, and then consistency showing up, and then optimizing on the time frame, right? Morning, noon, and evening when you're at your best. Also what your
Ooh.
knowing what your audience at those different times, right? Knowing what they like. Again, I was in a room, same room, and they were talking about, when you're online in the morning, people will come in on your live stream 30, 40 strong. The morning crowd is a little bit more intent and serious. Then you got the
Right.
afternoon crowd who might have time, who might need a break, who might want some comic relief, or they might be
Right.
stay at home mom, dad, whatever. They'll come through as well. They have their own personality staple as well. Then you have the evening crowd, right? That's the wide open crowd. That's the crowd where you might get some erotic, you might get some psychotic, you might get some of everything. You might get some of it all, right? You might
No,
get
I've,
it,
I've
just
seen some people go crazy on these spaces now.
absolutely,
I've
absolutely. You
seen
better
some.
believe it. And people have fun. You know what I mean? As long as you know what you're going into and you're gonna have fun with it, it's
Right. Right. Right.
hey, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? The human being is a whole, and you deal with the whole person. So I understand it. But when you're talking about time, keep those things in mind. Scheduling, pick a day, right? Consistent, consistency, be consistent, right? Show up, make sure you show up so that your consumer, so that your audience, your target audience can look at you as a staple of that they can look forward to, something that they can,
Right.
that staple of consistency, right? And then optimizing whatever time frame works for you, where your energy is highest, mid, lowest, and the personality of the consumer at that time. So now the next thing is money, right?
Oh yeah.
uh the money that you have, right? And you want to invest in tools that will enhance your content. You want to invest in books, you want to invest in literature, knowledge, things
Right.
that will help you to hone what your craft is. Like just mentioned, right? You have a lot of free things out there. You have a lot of things that are of no charge, and you just show up. You just show up to a meeting and have somebody, like, for instance, here today. This would be one of those resources where
I was just
it's
gonna say
free.
that.
Yeah, it's free.
Right.
You don't have to all you have to do is show up. It's 118 people who are benefiting, right? They're spending their time, they're investing it wisely because this is continued learning. You are learning something, right? That's a resource. And so, yeah, that money you can invest in things like ConvertKit. We have a ConvertKit ambassador right here in Jess Tapia, right? She's a ConvertKit ambassador. Then you have Cast Magic, right? I would even
Right.
say Chat GPT is something else that you might
Chat
want to invest
GPT
in.
is a great thing to Canva.
Canva, absolutely. All of these things are great investments that you can use, and they're not huge investments, but you have the potential to get a huge return
Right.
on your investment. So, yeah. Yes, and books as well. All of these things, man, that you can do with your money. Spend that money wisely. Remember, money is best. It's a wonderful servant, but it's a horrible master. So make your money serve you when you think of
Right.
time in the most wonderful way. That was Nuri Muhammad, by the way, Jess. I don't want you to think I'm coming up with all of this stuff just off the top of my head. That was
Oh,
Nuri
okay.
Muhammad. That
Yeah,
was Nuri Muhammad.
give credit where credit is due.
I
He
got
knew.
to. I can't plagiarize the knowledge, but that was student minister Nuri. But the last thing is energy, right? Your energy. I mean, your karmic ledger, right? How much you put in that cosmic bank account, how much you deposit, you can only withdraw that, right? So,
Right.
when you talk about energy, make sure that you're either, you try to track your energy, right? Are you upbeat? Are you mid, right in between, balanced? Or are you low energy? You want to keep all of these things. They work for you, right? They work for you, and you have to know how to make them work for you. Maybe the upbeat you will identify with a younger crowd, right? A more hip, chic, in crowd that's moving. Then the mid, yeah, you like that chic. You like how I use that there, right?
I saw the
You
sheik.
like, yeah, chic. Oh, that's an old school word. Don't laugh at me. Anyway, move forward. She laughed, just laughing at me. Right. Let's chic.
I'm, I'm, I'm singing the song in my head.
It's
Go
the bomb.
ahead. I'm
It's the bomb. But when you think about mid, that's a little bit more of a balance, right? If you are a little bit more monotone, you're a little bit more chill, you're a little bit more calm. You know, it's a audience for that too. It's an audience that digs that enjoys that, and then there's an audience for the all around just low vibration, the low energy. Like a lot, some spaces on X I've been in, Jess, and it's like it's nothing in there. It might be they might say a little word. They might be doing a little home. I went
the
in
sound bowls.
right. I went into one room one night, and it was like everybody repeat after me. All righty then. I was like, whoa, I needed that. That's what they say. I needed it, man. I was like, you know what? That felt good.
We
That
got
felt
Bruce
good.
Almighty.
Right. You think I'm lying? Somebody was doing that in a room. All righty. I was like, wow.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hope they ain't gonna ask for no offering, no cash tithes or nothing, because this is getting, taking us to church. But nonetheless, but recognizing, right? Recognizing the type of energy that you have that you want to project, because that energy, people will know you for your energy as well, right? And if you think I'm lying, think about a person like Magic Johnson. He's always charismatic, he's always smiling. That's energy. That's an upbeat energy. That's his magnetic. The same with our brother, the champ, Muhammad Ali. He was super magnetic. He was super charismatic, and people were drawn to that because they loved that about him. They felt like they could identify with that. Well, people will feel that way about you too. So it's up to you to figure out, hey, this is if I'm upbeat, if I'm mid, if I'm low, I have to take that into consideration. And also that karmic ledger. So just to recap again, that karmic ledger, you know what I mean? What you putting out there. Make sure that whatever you putting out there is what you want to come back in your content creation. And I'll give a better example of that before I keep going. If you're putting out junk in, junk out. If you're putting
Right.
junk into your content, you're going to only get junk out. I mean, you're still going to get people, even if you have the most positive, impactful, insightful content creation. It's always going to be people in the comments who are going to be negative, derogatory, those bad vibes. Stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky, period. If a person's just prickly all the time, stay away from them and don't take it personal when you read it. So that
Right.
karmic ledger, be aware of that. And also this goes into it with your energy, upbeat, mid, low. If you are upbeat, if you are mid, if you are low, kind of take awareness, take cognizance of it, and then utilize that in your content, right? Let it show in your content. That's part of you being your authentic you. So I'm gonna
Right.
pass it on to my partner so that she can take us on home. Or just you to stick with it. I guess I should read some of the comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's read because Megs had asked a comment or had asked a question. What would you see is the best resource that you have in your back pocket? Now, I would need a little bit more context to what you mean, but resource is community, other people. Really, like I when I first got onto Twitter in 2021, I was bartering services, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't have the money, right? The resources. I didn't have the money. I had some time. I didn't have 5 kids back then, so I had more time than I did now, and I have a little bit more energy. So, I was bartering. I said, "Hey, look, I'm trying to barter. Does anybody need digital marketing skills for a web design?" And then that's how I met Isaac. Um, you know, can anybody help me with this? And I'll create a content thing for you. So thinking about how you can connect with other people that will be able to do some of the things that you can't do or don't have the time to invest in. So yeah, that would be my answer to that until I get a little bit more clarity.
Let's see. You want to read the rest of them, Jess?
Yeah. So um I'll go to Bob says, hey. And Dev is in the chat. Thank you, Dev. Harsh, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. He says, in this stream, the male speaker is lagging a lot.
Am I
Okay.
lagging? Am I lagging, Jess?
Not for me. You're not lagging for me. So I don't know on the other end. And then Dev says audio is clear as crystal though. So hey Emily. Emily is in the space. Hey Emily. Hey Z. Thank you for being here. Hey Urison. Thank you so much for being a part of the space. And Afrida, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Meg says, how do you practice self-awareness in marketing when you have other things to spend your money on besides your content creation? Okay, how do you practice self-awareness in marketing when you have other things to spend your money on besides your content creation? It says not, ARN says not streaming for me. Not lagging. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay. How do you practice self-awareness in marketing when you have other things to spend your money on besides your content creation? Can you reframe the question? I might be misunderstanding what you're asking me. But I wanted to speak to the resources, right? I made a post a while ago that speaks to energy. You reap what you sow. So the energy that you sow into yourself, that you sow into your business, that you sow into others is what you're going to reap. He said the cosmic energy, same thing. Like the energy that you are sowing into yourself when you don't feel like showing up, when you don't feel like doing the thing, but you do it anyway. There have been times that I've been on a Twitter space and y'all, I cried. I cried on the Twitter space because I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know, right? But my community showed up for me. Like the people showed up. And when I tell you that it gave me such a huge boost in, positive feeling, I just felt reassured. Sometimes you just have to push through those hard times because there are going to be people that show up for you, right? But if you're not putting that energy out there and you're not showing up and, okay, she said, I am trying to be self-aware of where I spend my money. Got you. That is a weakness I have right now. How do I be more self-aware when still needing to spend money on memberships, domain creation, resources? So what I'm going to say to this is, we created the budget. Think about what is a priority. Okay, y'all, in my personal life, I don't have all of my subscriptions go to something that's going to help me further my business. I don't care about Netflix. I don't care about Disney Plus. I don't care about Hulu. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't watch Netflix like that. It is very rare that I sit down and watch Netflix. It is very rare that I'm, spending my time doing any of that stuff. I spend a lot of my time on the things that I pay for. Canva. I pay for Zoom. I pay for my Wix. A lot of these things I pay for a year in advance so that I don't have to worry about it. But budgeting, understanding what is the most important. Where are your priorities? Where are your priorities?
Yes.
Are you are you paying for Netflix? Are you paying for some of these other things that are temporary, that are not going to invest in the long-term development of yourself and your business?
That's
I
right.
had to look at myself like that, and we talked about, I want to go back to the resources, right? So money, if you are limited on money, yes, you have to start with the free resources, YouTube Academy, things like this, showing up and spending time with people who are like us. We're putting information out here. Get your notebook. Y'all think I don't have a notebook? Come on, man. Even though I'm right, even though we're sharing it and teaching it and educating, we still have notes, right? Because when you're asking these questions, I want to write it down so that I can create more content about it, so that I can answer your question in different ways. So, but when you do have a bit more money, right? You're budgeting and you see, okay, I'm removing the same thing with time auditing. When time is money, how are you spending your time? How are you spending your money? If you're spending money on things that are not going to push you forward, then it is a waste of money. It is a waste of time. Because you have to know that you're serious about your business, right? So, but there may be times that you budget, right? There may be times that you budget, but something happens and you can't control that. So don't feel bad about it. Don't say, oh my gosh, I didn't budget correctly. You budgeted, but things happen in life. And you have to be able to pivot and reframe and figure out what you're going to do next. So, start with those free resources. Start with your budget. Start with prioritizing what is the most important to you. I definitely understand using some of these things to decompress at the end of a long day. My decompress is a book. It's journaling. These things are free. I get the books from the library. I do have a library of my own that I've purchased.
Me too.
Go to the library, right? But when you do buy these things, keep track of them. Keep track of how much it is. When does it reoccur? Is there a way for you to pay for a yearly? And that's why Stream Team isn't a monthly subscription. It is a quarterly subscription. It's quarterly, and then it's 3 months, 6 months, and a year. The reason for this is because we want people who are serious, who are willing to pay that upfront 3-month cost. You get your quarterly t-shirt that goes along with our theme of the quarter. And you get this, it's what is important. We see that you're putting this investment in yourself and in your business, in your content, because you cannot show up, like he said, you can't show up with no structure. You can't show up without the understanding of where you're going to put your time and your energy and your money. All the money that I say this, the money that I get in from working with my partner for Good Morning Grind goes into paying team members. I'm not at a point where I'm profiting like hundreds of dollars, right? I know that I'm budgeting as much as I can. So the money that I get in, I put that out into my business. That's it. All right. And so hopefully that will answer your question. But some things you can do for free. So I want to put this out here. I am an ambassador for ConvertKit, but ConvertKit gives you a domain where you can create a site, put your blogs up there, which would be, or your posts, which would be your newsletters. You can pick and choose which ones you want to show on your site. You're able to put links up there. You're able to put your digital products up there and sell digital products. You're able to create a tip jar. You're able to recommend other creators and even add an About Me page. You're able to create a landing page that really works for your growth and monetization. Okay, so those are some of the updates with ConvertKit. I'm super happy to be a ambassador for them. But anyway,
super dope.
So, yeah, that's the answer to that question. Bob, let's go. Let's go.
I wanted to say this too.
Yeah,
that was Meg's you were talking about.
Right,
Meg. It's the same process of repurposing content, right? What Jess is actually saying is you really have to repurpose where those funds are going, right? You really have to say, hey, I have this money, but I need to chop it up. I need to budget it so that it can go toward what's going to make me bring me back a larger return on investment. That's what Jess is trying to say, right? And
I
we
love that.
we we practice repurposing content, but if you look at the universal interconnectedness of it, it's the same concept. So you really just need to take those dollars that you already have and place them somewhere that they can help you, maybe even in shorter forms, right? That's something we're going to get into going forward with the stream team. You guys will
Right.
learn how to perfect that. And so I just wanted to say that, Jess.
Ooh,
And
I love it. I love
yeah,
it. Change
yeah. I'm
the
trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm
Well,
trying, y'all.
real quick, because I know we're at an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes.
Real quick, I wanted to talk about the scheduling, routine, and consistency and finding the best times for you to create. Everything goes together,
Yep.
right? Like your time, your money, your energy, everything is feeding off of what you do and do not have. So your schedule and a routine are two different things. I learned this within the last year and a half, I learned this and it changed my perspective on how I create a schedule and how I look at my routine. So a routine is a habit. What you do routinely, what you do every day. I get up and take my medicine at the same time. My kids go to summer camp. That's the routine. Your schedule is where you find the blocks in time, right? So time blocking, where these are set times that you're going to do certain things. That's why I'm doing my best to set meetings at the same times, at the same days. That way, the times that aren't blocked off, I know what I have to spend doing other activities, whether that's, whatever. Yo, I know martial arts too. You want to start up the bit, or are you trying to flex? What?
What? Ho. Let me look. Let me look.
Oh, it says what? Okay, what
That
is it?
you're
I'm a lover.
reading. You're reading
Yeah,
a back and forth
I was
between.
like,
That's not us.
I caught that at the out of the side of my eye. I was like, what's happening? Okay,
Yeah.
so understanding your scheduling, time blocking, when you are looking at your planner, put in the non-negotiable times. Like these are the times that I cannot move around. I cannot,
Mm,
this has to be set at the same time, same day, so that I know if anything else comes up, I can put them in those times. What is the
absolutely.
route? And so that plays into your routine. When you have routine, and they say this about children, but it's about people in general, having a routine that you're able to continuously, thank you, that we're able to continuously come back to. And consistency is going to, start to build when you have a schedule and a routine. You're going to be able to consistently show up. Now, the thing is, there are going to be times that you have a Twitter space that you have to cancel or you have to move or whatever the case may be. And just ahead of time, as much as possible, ahead of time, let people know, hey, we're not going to, I'm not going to have the Twitter space this week because of I'm doing something, right?
Hmm.
I'm not going to be able to host the space because I'm going to be doing this. Oh, I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do it live because I'm going to render ATL. More than likely, I am not going to be hosting the Fearless Films online podcast on Twitter Spaces. Just to put it out there, you will also get an email to let you know about this update too. But yeah, and then knowing where your energy is. Are you a morning person, an evening person, a night person? For me, I'm very much so a night person. I'm able to wake up in the morning, but I feel very creative at night when I'm able to sit down. I do my journaling, I get my thoughts and questions and, recap of the day. And then I think about what am I doing for the next week? What am I doing for, you know, tomorrow and all of these things. So I just wanted to say your time is very important. Your time is money, and it is how you're going to start to monetize and bring that money in so that you're able to, what you said, repurpose the funds and
Repurpose
continue
the
to grow.
funds. That's right.
So,
That's it. That's it. You see, Jess, we are dynamic, you guys. I'm truly one that believes in building your wings while you fly. Just do it, y'all. No paralysis through analysis. Y'all see, you see, I took off the lead, added on those two lovely names there, and put the background so that you guys know this is the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad.
right.
Wow. Just was that, I think, is
Taking
that
your passion and turning it into purposeful and profitable content. That's the goal, is
that's the
to
goal.
take these passions that you have. And there are people with multiple passions. There are people
Sure.
that have all these things that they care about, and you can do that. You can go nicheless if that's what you want to do. Shadows Pub is, doing it with her newsletter. So, but you can go nicheless. You can talk about multiple things. You can think, you can, be the niche yourself. You can be the business, the brand. Just understand that when you are on these platforms, if your goal is to monetize and, whether it's a side profit or, full living, like, you have to know what you're doing. You have to invest in understanding how you're going to allocate your time, your funds, your energy. You have to know how to do it. So the last thing was, what platforms do you want to use? We talked about the platforms, but I'm going to go into real depth because we're at an hour and 20 minutes. So what platforms do you want to use? We talked about how each platform has its own culture, its own energy, its own audiences. Do the research. Do the research. Know where you feel comfortable showing up, right? You want to show up on a platform that you're going to be the most confident creating content on. At one point for me, that was Instagram. I was great with the graphics. I did the Instagram lives and all of that stuff. I feel comfortable on Twitter now. I love writing. I love the audio spaces. I love what we're doing here. So think about what platform is going to best support your content and support what your goals are. Now, if you are a business professional and a career professional, go to LinkedIn. Don't allow the rigid culture to sway you from being on that platform. I've seen lots of creators who are showing up authentically as themselves, using their own language, their own verbiage, their own, creative expression to build on that platform. So it's totally possible. I always say that Twitter is the break room of LinkedIn. Like, we are business professionals, we are
That's right.
career professionals. We come on to Twitter to casually connect and network and see how we can build together. I think that Twitter is definitely the entrepreneurial side of LinkedIn. I
For
know that
sure.
LinkedIn has entrepreneurs and people building businesses, but I definitely feel like that's more of an employer-employee situation. And
That's right.
Twitter, in the business Twitter or business X, entrepreneur X, that's where we're building. Okay. So think about how the platform is going to best support you and your goals. You have lots of platforms. You have new social media platforms coming up every day. There's Spill, there's Clapper, there's Air Chat, which is an audio only, well, not audio only, but audio focused platform. There's a lot of different platforms, but when you think about it, understand what your content marketing strategy is. Please think about, what are you going to do,
Right.
because we have given you the first step. This is the first step here.
For sure. Did you mention Audacity, Jess? I heard you. I heard you say air. What was the last one that
Air
you just
Chat.
mentioned? Air Chat, Audacity. I remember you had mentioned that to me. Is that something that they can use, or is that something different?
I don't know what. No.
It was
I
like
don't know what Audacity is.
you. I have in my notes Audacity is music and talk, or maybe it was aircraft. You gave me that. We were in a meeting and
Oh,
you gave
okay.
me that.
No, I
So
don't know.
it could
Sorry
be
about that.
aircraft. Like I say, I went to public school, so I'm kind of slow. So I could
No,
have been.
stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm kind of slow. I went to public school. I don't catch on that quick. But no, one thing I wanted to say, right? Besides, thank you guys for showing up, and we will be doing this every Sunday, and it will
Yes.
be a different topic, and you will be getting some great information. When you talked about being intentional, Jess, this is the universal interconnectedness in that, right? As I'm listening to you, if you're trying to do anything really, and you're trying to do it at a high level and be successful, it's only scientifical and mathematical that you move different and that you have more intention, because see, that intention is going to push you to move with a sense of urgency. There's a
Right.
difference between a person who is trying to a kid that's trying to who just loves basketball and a kid who really wants to make it to the college level. It's no different with content creation. If you
Exactly.
just want to play around, Jess describes it as a hobbyist, right?
Right.
If you're just a hobbyist, then you don't show up, you're not consistent, you're not doing the research, you're not passionate, you're not discovering these things that we spoke about. But if you are, you have a routine. Like she talked about a routine and a schedule, right? You have not just a schedule, but you have a routine, and you refine that routine and you perfect it as you get better, because you want to be the best you can be regardless, but you want to give the best product that you can. And so again, that's the in that universal interconnectedness is what I was hearing you talk about. I was like, wow, Jess is really
Yeah.
breaking it down with the content creation. It's no different from everything. My brother used to say, how you do one thing is how you do all things. And he was right. It'll spill over into everything. So man, hopefully you guys took some notes. Hopefully you guys will watch this playback, because it will be up. It will be on X. It will be on our stream. We're gonna stream it through our stream team. We're gonna put it on stream team community on the community
Right.
page, correct?
Right.
Stream team community page. We are going to put it on Miss Tapia's page. We're gonna put it on Leave of Logic's page, and obviously it'll be on YouTube as well. In the lead, you know what? You know what? It will be. We are going to let me do that now. Let me put the what do you call it? The stream team link to that channel. Can you, Jess?
Oh,
You
right.
think you? Let me
We
let me
have
see.
the YouTube for
We have a
stream.
YouTube, right, for stream team, so that you guys can go there and watch different content, get different shorts, get different clips, just get different snippets and bites and film of what we're doing and what we have going on, and you guys are so welcome, and we so hopeful that you will again come on over and invest some of that time and those resources and the money with us, so that you can get to where you need to be, and that we can keep giving you a product. So
Right.
yeah, I think Jess is gonna put that for you guys. We're gonna let you guys get that so that you can see. We might even be able to pull it up so that the people can see, like James Brown. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, the
Give the
people were
people
just
what they need.
all right. I'm trying to pull it up. But I just want to say that, I'm very transparent with what our goals are and what we're doing here. Of course, we're always going to be providing the free content, the free education, but the main thing is that we, at the end of the day, we are a business, right? Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad, we are a community. And for us to continue to do what we're doing, to grow and to build like anyone else, like anything else, we are putting out our membership, which is the 3 months, 6 months, and the year membership. Of course, there's different benefits that come with each tier, but all of them come with your quarterly shirt. The shirt will be a part of each quarterly theme and topic. So it'll be like a little hint to what we're going to be talking about. And the thing is, we want to give you these, it is a flow. It is the step by step. That's why we're doing self awareness first. Because before you can do anything, you have to look at yourself. You have to know where you're starting and know where you want to go. That is
Knowledge
like
yourself.
everything has a structure. There's a reason why we are putting it into why we're structuring it this way, is because it's the first, middle, last, and we're going to continue so that you're able to get to your monetization as quickly as possible. It has taken, for myself, I've been creating content on social media for 6 years. I've been an entrepreneur for 6 years. 4 years of that, I was mistake after mistake, lesson after lesson. Finally, in the last year and a half, year and a half, almost 2 years, I have finally found the funnel that makes sense for me, the flow that makes sense for me. And, my goal is to expedite your process so that you're able to do what we're doing, so that you're able to create your own group, your own membership, your own community, or your own digital product, or whatever the case may be, so that you can show up as comfortable and be your authentic self and make money while doing it. It is very possible for you to work a 9 to 5 and be a content creator, right? That you can do this. It is very possible, but that is our goal. Melatonin is okay. I want to real quick. Thank you, ARN. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate y'all showing up and being here. Got to give the people what they want. And that's, and that's why we ask you the questions. What do y'all want to see? What, how do you see yourself? What stage do you see yourself in? Are you just beginning? Do you feel like you've been doing this for a while? What are you stuck on? We have to have the feedback from you all so that we can continue to create the most valuable content and provide you with the resources as possible. The resources can be things that we have created or someone else has already created it or whatever it is. But it's the fact that we are building up a digital library in the Discord to share with you, so that when you enter into the Discord, when you become a member, you're able to have access to this digital library and go there whenever you need to look over live streams like this, go to podcast episodes. Lead has a lot of good builds, a lot of good, like podcasts that explain all of these different aspects of critical thinking, thinking logically. He does builds, I do breakdowns. That's kind of crazy though. And I call them breakdowns because I know that a lot of people are looking at the overarching goal, the overarching topic, and so often we're not breaking these things down into the step by step, into the first, next, then, later, like all of this, putting the dates to it so that you're able to schedule and create the routine that you need to put your content out there. Okay. So Dev, shout out to the hosts.
I just put the YouTube. I had to log into it. We'll have to upload this into that channel, into our Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad channel.
Right.
So it'll be on there. I'll upload it on there from where we from StreamYard. And
a map. Okay.
Yes. Hey, when you the light, sometimes you attract everything, right? Somebody told me that you attract, so it's all good.
Harsh said, do you have a map? Because I just keep getting lost in your streams and I need a guide to get me closer to you. We will, I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but we will create, and this is what we're doing, building in public, right? This is the first live stream. Now, we did our first Twitter space on Wednesday. Like we said, we're going to be doing these individual Wednesday spaces and then collaborative Sunday live streams.
Yes.
So I will create a kind of like a roadmap maybe, or something that will, a PDF or something that will show you what is going on when and things of that nature. So it'll make it a little bit easier. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. And I think that we have done a fantastic job.
It's because of you, Jess. It's you.
Cut it off.
It's you. It's like Martin told Conan. It's always been you. It's you, man. It's you. No, I think it was good. Yeah, I think the people responded. It's 189 people in here, Jess.
What?
So, yes, 180. It's 100. Can you see that? Can you see right up there? You see it's 189 people at the top. Can you see it?
Maybe I can't see it.
Okay, yes, 100.
Yeah.
189 people watching.
And the thing is, the number for me, it is amazing, but I want to know who of those 189 people are one, taking notes. I'm so serious. Who is taking notes? Who is writing things down? Who is getting ready to implement what we're talking about?
For sure.
That's what I'm worried about. What percentage of you are going to do the work and be serious? Turn from these hobbyists, people that are like uncertain, unsure. I don't know if I should be doing this. Is it me? Yes, it's you. We want you to do it. Okay.
That's right.
We can't do it for you. We give you the steps, we give you the breakdowns and the builds, we give you these educational pieces, but it is you that has to implement it. Right. And that's also a part of what the membership is. We have our workshops so that we're able to help you implement those things, check in with your work, check in with your content marketing strategy. That's what it, Emily, I'm going to speak to Emily real quick. Emily, in the space, you are already signed up for the stream team through your membership with Femway. So I just wanted to let you know. Emily is already a part of the membership. So I wanted to let her know that she has access. I'm going to send her an email. But yes, Dev, good. I'm glad you're a note taker. DR, I'm glad that you are also taking notes and you're ready to implement because that's what
this is real life, y'all. This is dynamic.
My mom was calling me.
Hey, life goes on. You still got to make it through, right? You got to push on through. You got to keep on trucking, like my man said. Like my man said. But listen, not only do we want to know who's taking notes, who's engaged, but we also want to know who's ready to join up with the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad, right? Because there will be only more beautiful gems, jewels, and treasures that we will have for you guys. So, like Jess is saying, man, it's wonderful. We love that you guys are getting this, and there will be like at the mall, right? Like at the in the what do you call it? Always, I want to say the cafe, but the food court in the mall, right? Every time. Everybody gives a sample in the mall, right? Every restaurant always gives a sample, but they always want you to come back so that you can get the whole meal. So we will be giving out these samples, these nuggets, but we want to know who's ready to join so they can get a whole meal. This is a snack.
Yeah,
this is definitely a snack. This is not the whole thing by far. You know, we have a whole lot more. So yeah, and I'm looking online, Jess, as we're talking, I'm looking and seeing.
Bob is throwing a fit in the comments. What is happening? Bob said, "I don't want kisses anymore." You know what? Fine, Bob.
I think I want to say Bob is talking to. Let me see how many people. It's 147. Okay, so it's 147 people in Spaces, and then it's okay. So it offset. All right. So the rest of those people are on. They're probably split between YouTube and Facebook. People are joining in and tuning in. So I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna have to up my stream, y'all, so that I can put this on all my platforms, Instagram, and maybe even do some more things too. But man, I appreciate you guys for being here. I knew this would be a success. Of course, I understand. You know that people are gonna keep on. People are gonna come on. Harsh Gumar, girl falling from heaven. I knew it would be a success. I knew that we would be prepared. And like I said, we just want to know that you guys are engaged. And we, like I said, let us know who is ready to join up and also become of the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad family, so that we can get on the road to creating that purposeful and impactful content and turning it and making it profitable. So. Yes.
Yep, and I'll make sure to share the sign up link so that everybody can sign up for you can be on the free side and just receive the newsletters, which are the recaps of the weekly spaces. Next week is week 2. We're talking about audience awareness. Okay. Understanding your audience. What does that look like? Who do they look like? Who do they sound like? The details on that. So next week is audience awareness, and we're going to go through the whole thing just like we did with self-awareness. And we'll give you the build and breakdown for that. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Well,
I love the build and breakdown.
You like that cliffhanger, that little cliffhanger.
I love it.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out now, Jess. I have on my bills, right? I have what my intros and you know uh,
Okay.
how to do the outro. You know what I always say. We gotta come up with something for Stream Team that we say so that people know it's our staple. It's our proverbial fighting song that we leave out on.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well, I
something
mean, let's do individual, just like
individual
recaps of who we
outros.
are, closeouts, and then that can be
Okay,
our
sure.
closeout for
Well,
this live stream.
you from your lips to the heavens. Let's get it. I'm gentleman, so I would prefer, right, that the lady, if she would be so obliged to go first.
Oh, sure. Of course. Thank you for being such a gentleman.
Yeah, I try.
Um, my name is Jessica Tapia. I'm the owner of Femway and Tapia and the co-founder of Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad. I am primarily on X. You can also find me on other platforms under the Jessica Tapia. My main goal and my mission and vision is to turn these insecure, unsure women, females into fearless female entrepreneurs so that they can step forth into their rightful places in their industries. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about, what your passion is, because we're turning it into purposeful and and profitable content, right? That is the goal for Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad and for myself. I'm very passionate about content. I'm a mom of 5, a wife. I've been married for 6 years. And all of this, my whole journey has been shaped just by the people that I have come in contact with online. I have to say that y'all have like really helped shape me as a creator, as an individual, and a person. I also provide scripture to support us through these hard, turbulent times that we go through, because scripture and faith has been so fundamental to my own strength in this journey. And then also empowering everyone through education, because I'm a lifelong learner. I really believe in education through reading, audiobooks, YouTube videos, however you can get it. That's where I feel like we can become very confident and have the courage to step out and be our true 100% authentic entrepreneurial selves. All right, brother Fahim,
Goodness
Mr.
gracious,
B,
that's a lot
you
to
got your
follow.
name up there.
I do. I do. I have my name. I have my name on there, so people get the gig is up. The
Everybody
gig is
knows
up.
now.
Everybody
Everybody
know
knows.
now. It's Fahim. But I am Brother Lead. I am the maker, the owner, and the sole controller of the Lead with Logic podcast. And I'm also co-founder to the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad with the lovely Jessica Tapia. What I do with Lead with Logic is I take the mundane, I take the controversial, and I take the sensational, and I extract the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because after I extract it from the things that we are oftentimes distracted with, right? To further promote critical analysis and analytical research and just more of a profound understanding. I have a website which I sell merchandise, which you always will see me in. Next time with the Stream Team, though, it will be. You see how
Right,
this all came into fruition as we were talking, right? That should be motivation for you guys to let you know you can build your wings as you're flying. But
right.
next time I have Stream Team on. But nonetheless, I have leadwithlogic7.com is where you guys can purchase some merch. Please head on over there and put your order in so that we can get your merch out. We have women's, we have men's, we have children, we have all of those things because we understand logic applies to everyone and it only enhances and betters everyone's life. With the Stream Team Virtual Hustle Squad, as Jess so eloquently put it, we're really just passionate about helping people who create content see themselves and esteem themselves, see themselves winning, build that confidence, and turn that purposeful, uh, that passion into purposeful and profitable content. We really just want to help. The big thing is what we're passionate about is helping people, and it's in this medium, it's in this tool that we can do that. And so that's what we've decided to do And like I said, we also have a Discord. I don't know if Jess you probably said that because you broke it down to the very last compound, and I loved how it sounded, and that all rhymed. But nonetheless, we have a Discord. We have a Discord. We have a community on X, and we have I put in the YouTube link in the chat, so you guys look at that. We're gonna be uploading videos, shorts, all kind of things, and so yes, I'm just very happy to be here. Happy to be able to serve and do something meaningful that I know will impact the lives of so many. Because there's a lot of people out there. They don't lack. Uh, they don't lack grit, like Jess was saying. A lot of us lack know-how, right? I think in the Bible it says, "My people are killed because of ignorance." Right? Ignorance is meaning
Right.
you're not aware, and so
Okay.
we are looking to act as a person, or people, a group, a community that spreads that awareness and shines the light. We give that
Right.
enlightenment, and so this is just the vehicle that we have chosen to do that. And we are so humbled and so grateful and so honored that you guys have come in here with us today. But like Jess said, we are a business, and we also want you guys to dig deeper, dig a little deeper, take notes, join the community so that we can give you the fullness and you can enjoy everything that we have to offer. So, and that's on all platforms. That's for my people on YouTube, Facebook,
Right.
X, fan base, all of y'all out there. This is for all of y'all. And so, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of both of our hearts. And this is not goodbye. This is merely see you later. Stay
Yep.
tuned. Much more to come. Peace, God.
Yep. Much love. Many blessings. Bye, y'all.
Hey,
Mwah.
if you'll stay back for me, Miss
Oh, yeah.
Tapia.
All right. For my people on the Twitter